Well, the 2024 NBA All-Star Game was a historic event. Historic ass, that is, as the accumulated filth of this festering turd of a product has finally clogged the drains, and the sewage foaming up around this event has consumed the entirety of this weekend, with the Eastern Conference All-Stars becoming the first team in the 73-year history of the All-Star Game to break the 200-point mark, destroying the West Group by a total of 211 to 186. And there is just so much to take in here. But I think one thing we can all agree on is, as great as Giannis Antetokounmpo is on the basketball court, he is equally as dreadful at lying.
At the end of the day, I think our team, the East, competed very, very hard.
As there wasn't even a single ounce of effort given for even one single second of this game on the defensive end. And stealing, winning, the Kobe Bryant All-Star MVP award was Antetokounmpo's teammate on the Milwaukee Bucks, Damian Lillard, in what was Lillard's first career All-Star start. And honestly, there isn't a single player more deserving of this award in the entire league, as Lillard epitomizes everything this game now stands for: meaningless stats and absolute abysmal defense. Lillard, of course, has almost single-handedly tanked the Bucks' season this year, as he is currently posting a 119 net defensive rating on the season, which is good for 393rd best in the NBA at the All-Star break, while simultaneously posting a three-point percentage of 34.1% on the year, which is good for the 12th best average on his own team currently. But he sure was ripping those deep, uncontested threes in this meaningless exhibition game. But listen, perhaps it was fitting that he won an award named after Kobe, since Bryant got unmercilessly booed when he won the first of his record 4 All-Star Game MVPs in his hometown of Philadelphia in 2002. Lillard, too, would be practically booed off the court in this one, as the fans here in Indianapolis were obviously pulling for hometown fave Tyrese Halliburton, who also had a big night, scoring 32 points on 11 of 15 from the field and 10 of 14 from 3. And speaking of threes, there were a lot in this game. Like, a lot. How's 97 three-point attempts grab you? For the East alone, who shot 42 of 97 from beyond the arc, while the West shot 25 of 71. And if you're keeping up and are good at simple mathematics, that is 168 total three-point attempts in this game.
It's a complete crap.
The leading scorer for either team in this one was Karl Anthony Towns, who dropped a 50 spot off the bench for the West, who again got worked by 25 points in this game. The meaningless 50 piece out of Towns, fitting, as he also scored a career-high 62 points earlier this season, in a game where his number 1 seeded Minnesota Timberwolves lost to a Hornets team that is currently 20 games under 500. And Towns was actually benched in crunch time of that game despite having 62 points at the time, then got absolutely decimated in an awesomely scathing and utterly accurate post-game flame session by his own head coach.
It was an absolute disgusting performance of defense.
And joining his fellow backcourt mates, Lillard and Halliburton, was Jaylen Brown off the bench for the East, who also poured in 36 points on 15 of 23 from the field and 6 of 20 from 3 in just 22 minutes. Quite frankly, the only two guys who looked most out of place and out of their elements in this game were Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic. Doncic, who in the actual season this year is averaging 34 points per game, 9.5 assists, and 9 rebounds, could never really get going in this one. While fellow Western Conference All-Star starter Nikola Jokic was having similar issues. Hilarious that in this era of super athletes that would allegedly humiliate the subpar athleticism of the plumbers who populated previous eras, a guy who is averaging damn near a 35-point triple-double, and easily the best player on the planet by far, who should have won the last 3 straight league MVPs, can both barely dunk a basketball in a game featuring 0 defense. And this is the era we are to believe is the best ever. But in a league erupting with points amid the shriveling defensive effort and appalling lack of general overall sense of competition, the best players the current NBA has to offer gave us a game befitting exactly the product that the sniveling, inept bums at the very top of the league office want us to have, which is to say, sheer and utter garbage.